won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow me, lead it, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. As always, shout out to those of you that are watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter. We appreciate you guys. Be sure to share us. And if you're not following us on any of those other platforms, be sure to follow us there as well. You're getting a different experience, especially on Twitch, because we stream in 4K. So I hear on Twitch, you get a lot better quality, better quality. So be sure to follow us there if you haven't already. Okay. So if you're in the YouTube live chat, be sure to vote in our live chat poll on how you would rate this week's episode of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And don't forget, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are clawing our way to get to $2,500 raised for Black women's health imperative in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We raised over $2,500 last year for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And with your help, I believe we can do that again. We only have a couple of weeks. So I understand not everyone can donate, and please donate what you can, but you can also share the videos that we posted, because all the past videos of the last couple of weeks have the link. After the live, if you're watching the replay of this, you'll probably see somewhere along the bottom or along the side a way to donate, or just check out our last video and you can be able to donate. Or like I said, share this video to some of your friends and family, coworkers, to let them know. Donate what you can. 100% of your donation on YouTube giving goes to the organization. 100%. So help us help another charity in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All right, so let's get into this episode because there's a lot to unpack. Oh my gosh. Monica, you looked beautiful on Watch What Happens Live. It's never good when I start off with a compliment. No, buckle up, because you know I'm fair. I can love you one week and not like you the next week, but I can love you again. I'm not saying I didn't love Monica this week. We'll get there. Angie, we don't talk enough about how Angie is living. You see her beautiful home? I know we talked about it maybe last season when they hosted the party there. Jen Shaw inmate Shaw hosted the party there. But really seeing it in the daylight, seeing it from the outside, then the inside, I was like, this is a gorgeous home. So she's going to host the group in her home again for Greek Easter. And she sends this bunny to go invite them. And shout out to the editors and the producers of Salt Lake City. They edit in a different way. I know we love Real Housewives of Miami. Yes, they also edit and produce in a different way at a high quality. But the way that Salt Lake City produces their show, it's very cinematic. Because for me, it's like that was really interesting. Even their mid-season trailer, for me, it was giving. Even though some of the stuff we might not even care about, but the way that it was edited makes you go like, I might want to watch that. Just saying. Angie's home, gorgeous, beautiful. Loved it. I just wanted to mention that. So as I was saying, in regards to the editing, she sends this bunny to invite the entire group except Meredith, rightfully so. Her and Meredith are not getting along, but she invited Monica. But let me tell you something. Who was in that bunny costume? When that bunny rolled up on Mary Cosby in her car, Mary Cosby was like, the bunny is popping up at all different types of places, but the funniest one And I have to say, Heather Gay was comedy relief for me this episode. You know how we've loved Mary Cosby and how funny she's been throughout the season so far? No. This week, Heather had me rolling. But how in the hell did that bunny get in her car? That was clearly a setup for our comedy relief in this episode. But look, either Heather's a really great actress or she really was scared. She really was good. Because I would have lost my mind. That bunny would not have a head. Can you imagine if a bunny in a costume, it's almost as scary as a clown. Can you imagine you turn around and there's a full-grown big old bunny in your car? But I thought that invite was cute, especially the way that it was edited and done. I thought it was cute. Especially Mary Cosby getting her. Mary Cosby's like this, rolling down her window like, yes. You're invited, and Mary didn't even go. Lord, I already knew. We should know better. Mary's not going to go unless Meredith is going to be there. Just saying. Let's talk about a storyline that I know could be real, but Whitney, I feel you're so self-producing these last couple of seasons that I just don't take some of your storylines seriously. And I'm not saying that the issues that you and your husband are having right now can't be real. I think they can be real because you're now elevated yourself. You're a housewife. You have businesses. He's not used to seeing you like that. However, we have the scene and we find out that he took off his wedding ring, but we don't find out why. We don't dig deeper as to why did you take off your wedding ring? She's talking about how she doesn't feel supported, and he's talking about, I don't want to have to be the one always initiating sex. Is it tit for tat right now? But I want to get to the bottom of why he stopped wearing his wedding ring. Maybe we will revisit that later in the season. But apparently that is her storyline this season, that their dynamic is different now. And I can't tell you that I care, because I don't. Sorry, Whitney. Like, I really want to, but I'm like, and I really am looking at it, I'm like, yes, this can be real. I know couples that go through this. This is relatable. This is part of the reason why we watch Housewives. It's not just about the ladies interacting. It's about their actual house life. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Move on. Lisa and Angie meet up to go candle making. I've never done anything like that. I love a good candle, but I've never done anything like that. They run into one of Jack's friends, her son's friends. And apparently this friend knew before her, Lisa, that he was going on this mission. She's like, oh my God, you knew? Before me? Yes, everybody knew before you. We probably knew before you, Lisa. Anyways, Angie says she didn't invite Meredith. And Lisa doesn't understand it, but why did you invite Monica? And Lisa has a valid point because Monica was the one to bring on camera this rumor. I know we blamed Meredith for spreading this rumor, but we never actually saw Meredith spread this rumor. The only person we saw talk about this rumor was Monica. And Monica later in the episode is confronted by Angie. And I have to say, Angie, I feel as if you invited Monica and you had kind of let it go. And that might be why Monica was so upset. And I think in this conversation with Lisa riled you up because now Lisa's mad at Monica and doesn't see it for Monica. She's like, I just don't understand why you're more mad at Meredith when actually it was Monica the one talking about your husband and saying that he has boyfriends and things like that. Okay. And Lisa feels like Monica is lying about Sean because they have similar friends. Her and Angie have similar friends. And she's like, I've never heard that rumor. I mean, look, Heather Gay last week or a couple of weeks ago said on the episode, these types of rumors go around if your pants are a little too tight or if you're tailored or if you get a manicure or if you're a hairdresser. These rumors happen in Salt Lake City. So I don't know if I believe Lisa 100% that she never heard a rumor about Sean. And I'm not saying that these rumors are true, but especially Lisa Barlow, who's sort of like the queen of in the know of these Salt Lake City streets. So I don't know if I believe that. But it's okay. She wants to support her friend. They swore to have each other's back before the season started. I'm making that up. But this is what I get from their friendship. Okay? Moving on. Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby has this scene with her son. What's wrong with her son? I really want to ask because I can't believe that this young man went to a courthouse, got married, and did not tell his mother. And he's living under her roof. And I know a previous week we were like, wait, he's married? So why is he not living with his wife? Because his wife is also living under that roof. And Mary, when you say, I'm not good, if you're married, you have to step up. You have to be the man of the home. I'm not going to be taking care of both of you. Mary, you currently are taking care of both of them. They are under your roof. And I would be damned if this grown man did not tell me that he got married and you're living under my roof. First of all, that would never happen in my parents' home. Me and my partner would be living under their roof. And you didn't tell me. But he just seems so, you okay? Look, young man. Like, he doesn't seem grown enough to make that type of decision. Just because you're old enough to go in and do, he just seems emotionally stunted, right? It's just the way that he was carrying himself. He couldn't clearly give his mother an answer. You know how we talk about Asuelu from 90 Day Fiance, him being a man-child? I feel as if Mary Cosby's son is a little bit below man-child. He's a child. At least that's what I got from the energy that he was giving us. And then we have to kind of look at Mary and then we're like, well, when Mary Cosby's your mother. And then Kempire, you wonder why she blocked you. I will always speak my truth. This is my review. This is my review. Hold on. I keep forgetting to put on my Halloween stuff. Let's put on, look, I'm a little too close. Whoop. Okay, let me put on my Halloween stuff. You know, I don't care about Halloween, but I'm going to put on my Halloween stuff, okay? All right, especially because we're talking about Mary Cosby. The ghost of Mary Cosby's here, y'all. All right. Anyways, let me put on all of this stuff, too. All right. So she finds out that her son, Mary Cosby finds out that her son is actually married. And then she says in her confessional, I did like her new confessional look, though. Did you guys see her new confessional look? I did like her new confessional look. She says that she feels as if she may have noticed that day when they went to the courthouse because she remembers seeing them frantically getting ready and dressed up to go somewhere. Mary, do you think Mary knew? And she's just playing it up for the cameras? I don't honestly think that she knew. I think maybe she eventually knew when she started hearing the rumors. I don't think in this particular scene it's when she knew. All right. Okay. Heather. Last week I appreciated Heather talking about what Mormonism believes in and why Lisa should be concerned about this mission and how this mission is indoctrinating other people to come into a religion that might be considered a cult, that might be considered racist, that might be considered homophobic. I appreciated her saying this on this platform. However, I cringed a little bit. When she was talking with her daughter about Jack's mission. Because I feel as if you're setting up a scenario here where people could bully him based off what you're saying about what he's doing. And I know he's amongst people that understand the Mormonism in his era, but I'm sure there are people that are not Mormon that will judge and make fun of him or say similar things that Heather is saying. And then Heather said, I never looked at Jack as being the most devout. That's that old Mormonism coming up out of Heather. You know, Heather has that little thing about her that I don't think she even realizes. That Stepford Mormon wife thing. The thing that she talked about in her journals. And I'm sure if you all go back to your journals, you cringe at some of the things that you wrote. But I love when she reenacted it. But when she made that comment about Jack and how she's talking with her daughter about what he's about to do, it's cringy. And I said this before, like I can understand if her and Lisa were really close friends or even sisters. And even then, it's sort of like you don't question someone's child's decision because Jack is at this point almost 18. He's making this decision for himself. And I get why Lisa's sort of like, she doesn't want to do too much because she doesn't want to push her son away because he's going to be away for 2 years because she realizes he's made this decision on his own. She did not influence this. And I also understand, very much like other religions, like Christianity, there are people that are orthodox. And then there are people that are like Lisa Barlow, that are sort of like, I just go to church every Sunday. And then they have kids that end up becoming more orthodox than they are. Do I want him to not do this and to indoctrinate more people to believing some of these things that Heather's saying? Of course not. But can I stop that from happening? No. I can stop this as much as Heather can stop. You can't. Neither one of us can stop it. But I appreciate Heather talking about it on the show. That's where it's sort of like this gray area for me. Here I go, twerking on the fence. Merch now available. houseofkempire.com. Twerking on the fence because I'm like, I appreciate Heather talking about this on this platform. And that's what makes and separates Real Housewives of Salt Lake City from the entire franchise. Because it's such a different dynamic. It's different conversations. It's different culture. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a little cringy because you're talking about this kid and you're talking about your castmate's son. And you know, we always say kids are off the limits. And I know she's not necessarily talking about him in a negative way, but it could be deemed somewhat negative. But it was negative when you said, I never considered him the most devout. Can you imagine if someone said that about you and you were about to go on a mission? I never particularly thought he was devout.
Lies! The lies!
That's really upsetting to me, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that.
Just saying, Heather. I still loved Heather this episode. I'm not going to lie. I still enjoyed her this episode. But I have to say that scene felt a little cringy for me. Okay. Mary and Meredith hang out at Mary's home. I don't even care about what they're talking about, but we will get there. But when Mary walks to her front door, did you notice how long it took us to get from her kitchen to her front door? I said, Mary is living in a palatial. I was like, this feels like the longest walk to a front door on Housewives history. I'm like, even Heather Dubrow's home felt, I was like, we get to the door a lot quicker. Anyone else feel that? Anyone else notice that? It just felt like, I feel like we are taking a long time to get to the door. I'm like, oh, wait, we're still going. And then even when they walked back to the kitchen, I was like, look, I was winded. Whew. All right, we're back. I need some water. Look, coldest. Get your coldest water bottle now or something else at their website. Ice packs, sheets, things for your pets. Coldest.com. Discount code Kempire10 for 10% off of your order. It's still cold. This water is from yesterday. Still cold. Just saying. And I mean that. Test it out. Some of you already had it. Some of you were gifted it. Just checking. All right. So Meredith and Mary have a conversation, and Meredith calls out Mary. I'm being dramatic. But she basically says, you know, you haven't been hanging around the group. And she's like, yeah, I just feel like people haven't evolved. I feel like they haven't grown. That's her excuse. I don't feel like that's why Mary Cosby doesn't want to be around this group. She doesn't want to be around this group because they were talking about her church. They were trying to take her down and bring people from her church on the show. This is why she doesn't want to be around on the show. She doesn't want to give you guys too much anyway. She's like, I'm a friend of. I'm just going to show up for a little get-togethers if Meredith is there. She's giving us bare minimum. Bare minimum. But people love what they're getting. They love the little moments of comedy that we get from Mary Cosby. So Meredith is like, you know, I kind of feel the same way. And then Angie's party comes up and Meredith didn't know about it because she wasn't invited. And she's like, that's fine. I am going to the GLAAD Awards. I'm being honored. Look, I'm going to the GLAAD Awards. I'm attending the GLAAD Awards. So I wasn't going to be here anyway. But she also says that she emphasizes, like, yes, I've heard rumors, but I have not been spreading rumors about Angie's husband. She's not the one who brought this up. And then when you roll the tape, there's no video of Meredith actually talking about these rumors on camera about Angie's husband. The only person we have is Monica, and Whitney wanted to sit there and have Monica do her dirty work by her saying it. She set you up, Monica. She set you up. You're not innocent, though. You could have chosen not to say it. All right. So they had that conversation, and oh, Meredith. Anyways, Angie's Easter party. Again, we go to this beautiful home. She's got the lamb roasting outside. First of all, Angie, you did a great job. You know, I've been on the fence about Angie these last couple of weeks, but homegirl can host a party. I mean, there are so many housewives that do not know how to host a party. Jackie. Especially when it comes to the food. But Angie, she had we were looking at the food, and I was like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. And I'm a picky eater, but I was like, oh, everything looks so good. And all kinds of stuff were available. And shout out to Mary Cosby. When she had Meredith over, she had a nice little situation going too. She even had champagne. She had water. She had a nasty fly flying around. I appreciate it, especially because we have so many housewives that don't know how to host. Okay. Hey, Kenya. But I appreciate Angie. And it felt this scene of the Easter thing. Like, if Easter's a big holiday for a lot of people. So I noticed when people have Easter gatherings, I have to say this Easter gathering felt real. It felt like, yes, families are coming together, and it was nice to see the cast bring their families and us get this moment. It felt so, what's the word? It felt so, oh my God, what is the word? Not homey, but just it felt very warm and pure and authentic. And I mean, Angie's speech didn't feel authentic because her making herself out to be like Christ. I was like, what's happening here? And then, of course, Heather's commentary and Heather mixing up Brutus and Judas. So Meredith is Judas. I appreciated it. We also got to meet Angie's father. Oh my goodness. See, this is why you have to give housewives a moment to get to know them. Because Angie, I didn't realize this. Her father became a widow at 44 years old, and he had 7 kids. Why haven't we met all of Angie's brothers and sisters? 7 kids. He was left widowed and raised those kids on his own. Damn. Didn't even know that about Angie, but I appreciated her sharing that story. All right. But before anyone even arrives, Mary calls the day of to let Angie know, I won't be coming. I got to go out to Vegas. You know, we had a flood out there, and they've just finished the work. And then they have this awkward exchange of like, oh, I was really looking forward to you coming. And then she's like, well, I just can't come. And she's like, well, no, I understand. It was really awkward, but that's Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby's awkward, and so is Angie K in a way. So that phone call, perfect comedy gold. I'm glad it was caught on camera. Anyways, so Angie's party. So she makes this speech, cringy, but it's Angie. Angie's awkward. And I think it's partially Angie getting comfortable being a housewife, being on camera. I think normally, or maybe not, maybe she's an awkward person, but I think normally if the cameras weren't there and it was just her and her family, she would be able to give that speech. And I think on some level the speech was sweet, and I get what she was trying to say about, look how Christ rose above adversity, and that's what we should do as a collective. But the way that it was edited, you kind of think like, is she talking about herself? Maybe. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to vote in our live chat poll to let us know how you would rate this week's episode. What did you think of the episode, Replay Crew? Be sure to let us know, and let's continue that conversation in the comment section. Shout out to all of you that send in super chats, super stickers, Venmo, Cash Apps. We appreciate your support of the channel. But this month, we would love it if you could donate to our Black Women's Health Imperative Breast Cancer Awareness fundraiser. There we go. So be sure to check out the last couple of videos. They all have links. After the live, we'll be posting a link as well on this video. So stay tuned for that. So back to Angie's party. So in the middle of Angie's party, people are talking about, where's Meredith? Meredith is in LA. We get the scene with Meredith on the red carpet on the GLAAD Awards. And again, Seth, awkward. screaming at this event. You could tell that if you look at Meredith's face, it's like she's just sheer embarrassment of him. And I don't know what is going on in that relationship. I just never believed that the relationship was solid again after what they went through. I feel like that relationship is probably them sticking it out for the show, which is interesting because he's barely on the show. But I don't know. It's always been an awkward, weird relationship. Another relationship that I wish we had a relationship on this particular franchise or city that we could kind of look at and like, I like them together. The only relationship that I kind of feel like that about is Lisa Barlow and her husband, John. Because I feel like although he doesn't say a lot, I feel like, yeah, they're solid. I also feel like Whitney and her husband are solid and they're just playing up their problems for the cameras. I do think that Angie and her husband are solid as well, but they're new. So I'm not, but there's no relationship on this cast. Not even Mary Cosby and her grandfather husband. No. Look. No. Anyways, so Heather and Lisa have their own conversation at this party. Of course, they choose these family get-togethers to have these heated conversations. And they have their own conversation, and Heather feels a way that Lisa doesn't come to her to talk about Jack's mission. And she's sort of like, I don't want to have this conversation. I want to be supportive of Jack's mission. And I think part of what Lisa is saying here, I don't want to have this conversation about my child and what he's decided to do on this show. I know this is a part of the show, but there are real life ramifications of things that you're saying and judging about what my son has decided to do. That's how I'm feeling for Lisa.
That's really upsetting to me, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that.
You know what I mean? I feel as if there are layers that they don't show because it is a show. It's a reality show. They try to pretend as if it's not a reality show. So it gets a little weird with Heather. She's like, I want us to be good. I want us to be more than just casual friends. But I just feel a way that, you know, you didn't come to me. And I'm like, and I feel like it's because you don't want to read my book, Bad Woman. And then Lisa's like, is this because I didn't read your book? That was a weird thing to insert there, Heather. And it makes me wonder, what is this about? Is this just, Heather, you have no storyline this season, huh? Yeah, what is Heather's storyline this season? Is this why you've decided to cling to this particular storyline? Which I can appreciate because Heather really does give us a perspective about being one of those Stepford Mormon wives and growing up in the religion. I appreciate Heather. I would never get rid of Heather because of that aspect. I feel like she's the only one on this cast that really gives us an inside look to what it means to grow up in Mormonism. She's always willing to give us that sort of lesson in a funny way, in a comical way, but also educational way. But I'm still a little cringy with her interfering with this situation with Jack. And Jack is literally like how many feet away, and she's having this conversation on camera about a decision he decided to make. Okay? Anyways, so they have their own little conversation about that. So does Monica and Angie have a conversation. So Angie decides to confront Monica about talking about these rumors. I feel as if the only reason why Angie decided to do this was because Lisa put the battery in her back saying, you should be more mad at Monica, not at Meredith. Because I think she probably would have looked past this. But no, I think Lisa ignited this sort of thing in Angie to bring this up to Monica. And Monica is immediately defensive. She's like, I told you immediately after I had said it. Monica, but you still said it, and you said it on camera. If anything, you probably could have squashed this, Monica, instead of defending what you said by apologizing. You know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have even brought it up. But I should have went to you and told you that people are talking about this. Monica says in her confessional that she heard this rumor about Sean from the Salt Lake City streets, and she heard this years ago before even knowing any of these people. I believe it. I don't believe the rumor necessarily, but I believe that there have been rumors. He's a male hairdresser. I think that happens. But I think Monica could have easily extinguished any beef that she had with Angie by just owning up to the fact, you know what, I shouldn't have said it. Because there are real ramifications that could happen here. Okay? But it leads to a heated exchange because, you know, Monica's hot. She can get real hot. And then Monica's mom tries to simmer the situation down. And literally, I can see little Monica being triggered by her mom not defending her, not stepping up for her, not it literally feels, she probably feels like her mom has abandoned her in this moment. But I get where her mom was coming from. But what I got from Monica in this moment, she was being triggered and she was reverting back to young Monica and she was having a tantrum. She's like, Mom, don't say anything. Mom, stay out of this. And of course, everyone listening and watching the way that Monica's reacting is making people judge Monica and not the mom because the mom is acting calm. But we know about this tension between Monica and her mom from the last couple of episodes. So it goes from bad to worse between Monica and her mom because her mom's like, Monica, come with me to the bathroom. She's like, I'm not going with you to the bathroom. Making a scene because everyone's watching her, Monica, go off. And I'm getting secondhand embarrassment because I'm just like, Monica, your children are here. This is a family event. There are a bunch of children here. I get it. You're upset. You could just go to the bathroom to diffuse the situation and say what you need to say to your mom there. So she's refusing to do that. And then she decides to go off and sit by herself. Her mom decides to go over there while everyone's dancing and having a good time and throwing dollars around. And oppa! Everyone's having a good time. Monica's sulking over there in the corner. I like the outfit she had on too. That was cute. I like that. And now that her mom kind of matched her. Anyways. Sidebar. Her mom goes over. She's like, I want to dance, but you know, I don't want you over here upset. She's like, let's go dance. And then she decides that she's going to leave the party because she feels like her mom never has her back. And she's like, you can find your own way home. Sidebar, Monica was going in a she wasn't even driving. She, you know, they provide taxi service for the housewives when they have these events. So I was like, well, and here's the thing, Monica in her confessional, and she confirmed as I was watching this, I was like, she's triggered right now. She was being reminded of her history with her mom. And she didn't want to say it, but she does eventually say, she's like, I kind of wish that I had a different mom. And she tries to be a different mom, the mom that she always wanted to her children. And the first thought that I had in my mind, and look, you might not be ready for this, Monica, but I'm going to say it just to give you perspective. First of all, if you're going to have any relationship with your mom, you have to understand that relationship you have to meet her where you are today and not where you wanted her to be. You can't want her to be that mother anymore because clearly she is not. But I saw in that moment your children's faces at what was happening. And I know you want to be the mom that you always wanted to them, but you don't even realize that maybe they want a different mom in this particular moment that's not embarrassing them and yelling and screaming at a party where there are other children, their peers. And I get it. You're on a show. You're hot. You're triggered. But that is something to think about. In that particular moment, I get it. You really do not want to be your mom. But I know a lot of people, they fight so hard not to be one of their parents that they end up with not completely like their parent, but very similar. And I'm not saying that's what you are right now, but I saw the faces of your children. And first of all, they didn't want to leave. So I already know they're sort of like, Mom, I want to stay. I want to have a good time. Don't ruin the party. Or Mom, stop yelling and screaming. You know, we're trying to have a good time. Just some things to think about. Angie seems like she wants to make amends with Monica. She's like, don't leave. You know, let's make it good before you leave. And she's like, no, I need to go. And her mom's just sitting there like, and embarrassed. And I'm not saying that Monica's mom's innocent, because we only get to see Monica's mom at this particular point in her life. We don't know all of the things that Monica has gone through with her mom. And we also understand mother and daughter relationships can be really complicated. It can be really complicated. But I have to say, I was fully entertained. I'm sorry. Woo, 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 Monica. Woo, 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 Monica's mama. I was thoroughly entertained. Again, they entertained us this week. That family, they're carrying the show and the season. Guys, what did you think of this season so far? We're already halfway through. The mid-season trailer drop. There's some things that are happening. I never know with these reality shows when they try to hype up, oh, this happened and they, this person did this. And then you see Meredith lying in a hospital bed. For all we know, Meredith could be going for a routine something or something else. We just don't know. So I'm interested because, they started off the season with Heather running around this room and then trying to push producers out of the room. I want to know what was the situation there. And apparently bad weather, about to have some bad weather again between them. You know how we felt about that fighting before. They've really tried to keep the peace this season between the two of them, but apparently that ceasefire is going to be over later in the season. Guys, if you had to rate this episode from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? I would rate this episode at 8.5. I thought it was solid. Last week's episode was good. The previous week's episode was good. I'm glad that we're already halfway through the season. I'm ready to see some of what we saw in that mid-season trailer. I don't want to drag out a season where I'm just like, like we did with Roni. Roni's over. The reunion's coming. Guys, if you missed our Roni recap, be sure to check that out. Go give it a like. Go give it a comment. Let us know your thoughts on Real Housewives of New York. And Replay Crew, be sure to let us know where you're watching from, how you would rate this week's episode of Salt Lake City, and what you thought of the episode and what you're thinking of the season so far and the mid-season trailer. Shout out to our live chat. We appreciate you guys being a part of our conversation. And of course, shout out to our channel members. Become a channel member at TheKempire.com/join. And as I mentioned before, we have a bunch of new merch that I personally have designed. All right. A lot of really great options. I know you can't get it all, but go check it out. We got Twerking on the Fence, Cite Your Sources. We got mugs. We got t-shirts. We got sweatshirts, colors galore. And I still have more that I'm waiting to make available to you. Members, you've seen some of what I'm waiting to release. But there's a lot of really cool stuff and sayings that we've been saying here on the channel for the last 3 years, like Twerking on the Fence, Cite Your Sources. And yes, the Team Me t-shirts are coming. The Team Me t-shirts are coming. Guys, we appreciate all of you that have purchased a little something. And for those of you that have donated to our Breast Cancer Awareness Month fundraiser for Black Women's Health Imperative. We raised over $2,500 last season. Help us get to do that again this year. All right? Again, Replay Crew, somewhere along here, you should see a link. If you don't, I forgot. Head on over to the last video that we did and you can see a link. And sharing is caring. Let someone know. Go donate. Whatever you donate, 100% of your donation goes to this organization. So shout out to YouTube Giving. We appreciate them. Shout out to our King's Guards. We could not do this show without them. Thank you to them for holding us down every single day, every single week. We appreciate our moderators here on the channel. Thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here with some music. I should play some creepy music, but then I'm like, I'm so ready for Christmas. I am so not a Halloween person. Y'all already know. I'm ready to play some Christmas bells. All right. I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyways, let's get out of here with some music. I will see you guys later.
I know you feel it in the nighttime. And you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit. It's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer. Gone with the summer. Once again, I'm gone with the summer. They be trying to count us out, we highly in doubt. They must not know what's at stake, what we fighting about. It's tradition to a wordsmith, the missile shooter. I'm an automatic sniper, I bet this'll do ya. I give reason and ether to all the line soldiers. I'm undefeated, my region remains on my shoulders. I've cried nights, that's only because of highlights. I find life in knowing I'm playing mine right. Wicked crimes from them wanna-be crowned. Try to lead me to the deep where I might cunningly drown. At times I thought they got me where they wanted me now. But like the sun, I rise up when I don't wanna be down, and that's real. I know you feel it in the nighttime. And you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit, it's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer. Yeah. Gone with the summer. They ain't never been eye to eye with Satan in the broad daylight. Gone left while they all sway right. A true maverick, unbothered by what y'all made right. A naysayer slayer, I'm filleting all daylight. Yeah, we in that upside down, I manage not to sink. They keep our eyes wide shut, I manage not to blink. Another decade or maybe they not faking. Maybe it's more to it, maybe we got taken advantage of. Either way, the damage is done. The bottom feeders get to eat all them glamorous crumbs. Where all them seekers of truth, the speakers of the youth. We come and go with the summers, keep believing in you. Yeah. I know you feel it in the nighttime. And you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit, it's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer. Yeah. Gone with the summer. Yeah, yeah. Once again, I'm gone with the summer.